Welcome back to the Handlebar Garden. Today we're here with John. He's going to tell us about his Sportster and the adventures he's got planned.
Okay. It's a 2016 Roadster. Started life as a 2016 Roadster. It's very little of its stock anymore. The engine has been converted from fuel injected to carbureted, which means I changed out the entire wiring harness, the oil tank.
I bet that was your job.
It was a job.
Okay, can I ask what was the reasoning behind that?
Okay, the reason I bought the bike was I had been riding a Sportster. In 2005, took it through 48 states, had 110,000 miles on it, and I was at Daytona in 2018, and I took a Roadster out for a ride, and I loved it.
Wow.
I loved the suspension. I loved the brakes. You know, it was, you know, it wasn't exactly a touring machine, but I saw the right raw material for it.
Right.
Yeah. So I bought one. I bought a used one, and started modifying it. The bars.
What about the carburetor? Why did you? What was the reason behind that?
The reason for that was okay. I had the engine got rebuilt. It's got a crank from Dark Horse Crankworks in it.
Okay.
And when I putting the bike back together, it wouldn't light up. The electric, just something in the brain wouldn't let it light up.
Right.
The ECM. And the only way I could get that fixed was to take it to a shop. And I'm kind of pig-headed. I don't like the idea of being held hostage. You know, I can't find out what's wrong with my bike without taking it to a shop and paying them shop rates to plug it into a computer.
Right. I agree.
So I just said, that's it. And I just pulled the wiring, put in the parts from 2006. You know, the ECM from a 2006, the wiring harness, had to put a carburetor on it, and that's what got the engine the way it is. It runs well.
Yeah.
And it gets better gas mileage than the fuel injected.
Wow.
It runs smoother and gets better gas mileage. That's the amazing thing.
Yes.
I wanted the injected because I thought it would be better. A lot of things. The front end is stock. The handlebars, I set up more comfortable. The stock bars. When I bought the bike, I bought it from a dealer in Wichita, Kansas. And I rode it home to Cincinnati. And before, you know, by the time I got home, before I even got home, I was ordering parts online.
Right. I understand that.
You know, I mean, I was in pain. 800 miles.
Oh.
My butt hurt, my wrist hurt, my neck hurt. So the first thing I started working on was the bars. I got the bars all changed. I put a 4.5-gallon tank on it. Better fenders, the stock fenders. I got caught in the rain, and I could see the water coming off the front wheel up in front of the headlight.
Right.
It looked like sparks from a fireworks fountain. You know, I travel a lot.
Right.
And I wanted a comfortable traveling bike.
Is that?
And that's why, you know, that's the whole idea behind it.
Yes.
Got the 4.5-gallon tank. You know, I extended the fender. I've got a stock, not stock roads, you know, 2016 fender, but an old style stock fender, which is a bit longer. Keeps the spray off my back.
Yeah.
And off my helmet. The stock fender on this bike, when I got it, would leave grit. I'd have gravel on the back of my helmet and all down my back after the rain. You know,
so you got a mounted jug back there, or is it just strapped on?
That's a 3-gallon gas can. I'm going to need that. I'm going up to the Arctic Ocean in a couple of weeks, and there's a stretch when you first get on the Dempster Highway. It's 235 miles between gas stations. And so I'm not going to run out of gas if I can help it.
I understand that. And so what's the reasoning and the purpose behind the knobbies?
It's 575 miles each way on the Dempster Highway, and none of it's paved.
Ah, gotcha.
So
that's been recent that you've done this?
Yeah, I just put these tires on.
Okay, cool. So what do you think about them on the highway? Are they do pretty good?
They're not as good as something like a Pirelli. I usually have Pirelli Scorpions. I like them. these, they don't feel as good, but I imagine I'm going to like them a lot more when I'm in the dirt.
Yeah, and I've noticed the forks have been inverted too.
That was stock for the Roadster, the 2016
Oh, really?
Roadster.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, and the front wheel is a stock wheel for the
Okay.
2016 Roadster. Like I say, I took one out for a demo ride and I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the stock shocks too.
Yeah.
The saddlebags are Hepco Becker bags. I had to
Uh-huh.
get the mounts for that cut and welded. They
So
were
there's a
original.
lot of custom work
Oh,
done here. It's
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, it's and most of it nobody will ever see, unless you're really into the bike and the more you look at it.
Well, yeah, we're motorcycle guys.
Yeah.
You know, we see things.
Yeah.
You know.
Stuff we're interested
Yeah. This windshield is not any kind of stock. That's
Right.
I've got custom brackets. I don't know. Like I say, a lot of it is just personal taste.
Yep.
I
That's what
rode
it's
the
about.
I rode the 2005 around. I knew what I wanted. I kept modifying that as I traveled,
Uh-huh.
and I knew what I wanted in a traveling bike. And then that's how I just applied those ideas to this.
The knobbies, those are.
Yeah, they are kind of. They got a lot of tread. I'm
Yeah,
hoping that they'll last. It's a 10,000 mile trip I'm taking, so I'm hoping I won't have to buy
10,000 miles.
tires until I get home.
Wow.
They're deep. I mean, it's some deep tread.
Yeah.
Hopefully, like I said, they'll get you to
Yeah, they'll
your
get me
whole
there and
your whole
back.
journey. Well, I will say you've got a very unique machine here.
Oh, it
And
runs well. I'm pretty happy with it.
good deal. And we appreciate your time of explaining of who you are and what you ride and where you're going.
Thank you.
And until next time, take care of one another.